So there is a new Fantastic Four movie coming out, and I'm not too excited for it. I know the Disney and Marvel fanboys, of course, gonna be excited for it because they have no, they don't, they don't have a real taste in movies. They'll just eat up whatever swap Disney gives them. This has been proven with movies like Mufasa, The Lion King, a terrible ass movie, but still managed to make $600 million globally. The Little Mermaid remake also still managed to make $560 million. It takes a lot for people to realize that Disney makes bad movies, like of the Marvels, List, and Strange World, and Turning Red, but this is a new movie coming out called Fantastic Four. Okay, yeah, Fantastic Four. There's actually no other subtitles. It's just called Fantastic Four, and it's just this movie looks ugly. It looks awful. Okay, it looks like a very bad movie. It looks like it's in. People are sick of the CGI superhero swap. Okay, people are sick of it. That's why superhero movies have been on decline because superhero movies, no surprise here, have dipped in quality. Okay, that is just the truth about superhero movies nowadays. Okay, superhero movies have dipped massively in quality, and it's just how the way it is now. The way it is for superhero movies, for Fantastic Four, for movies like For the War, no, War Love and Thunder, which is even worse than For the Lost World. Yes, they made a four-movie worse than For the Lost World. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was garbage. Deadpool and Wolverine was a massive disappointment. It's just, how can Disney save Marvel movies? One, stop making so many of them. Okay, it's obvious that the animators and the writers are struggling with these movies. Okay, it's obvious that these, writers and these animators are struggling with these movies, and a lot of the modern Marvel movies are not even that great. Deadpool and Wolverine wasn't that great. Guardians of the Galaxy feel it's okay, not as great as the previous Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and it's just no matter what Disney puts out, it's just not that good. Okay, it's just not that good. And I really just don't get why Disney really wants to kill Marvel like they did with Star Wars. Okay, when you produce bad movies, you produce bad products, it just doesn't sell. Okay, look at Disney Star Wars. No one is excited for anything with Star Wars. Okay, The Acolyte, I think, was the final straw with Star Wars fans. It's gonna take a lot to save Star Wars. Okay, to get Star Wars back to success, because younger generations don't like Star Wars. Okay, younger generations don't like Star Wars, and a very similar franchise to Star Wars we can really make a comparison to. It's Transformers. But I do think Transformers will be able to recover from the negative reception the Michael Bay movies had. Okay, the reason why the last couple of Transformers movies didn't do too well, Transformers, Rise of the Beasts, and of course, Transformers 1, despite them having very high scores by critics and fans, is because people, really don't like Transformers anymore because of those Michael Bay movies. Okay, but I do think Transformers in a few decades' time will recover and people will like Transformers again. Okay, and of course, the Transformers toys still sell very well. Unlike Star Wars, so Star Wars is selling so poorly that outside of people buying, older people buy, like people who grew up with this original trilogy and people who grew up with the sequel trilogy, younger generations like mine and also Gen Alpha have no interest in Star Wars. There's an IP that is dead. Okay, younger people, Gen Alpha has, like Sonic, they like Mario, okay, they like Pokemon, okay, they like Fortnite. I know I'm using mostly games example. They liked Marvel until Disney ruined it, okay, because it's popular things. And I think with Marvel, people are getting sick of Marvel. Okay, it's getting old. Okay, like people always make fun of, oh, if you like Marvel movies, you are a boring ass person. But now even like the people who like Marvel movies don't like these movies now, and that's the rock and the hard place Disney's in. And this is supposed to be the biggest Marvel movie of the year. Okay, this is supposed to be the #1 Marvel movie of the year, and when it comes to Marvel movies, this movie is gonna be a huge, huge box office failure. No, okay, it probably won't be a box office failure, considering the fact that it is a summer movie. But I do think the movie is gonna be a box office disappointment, like Doctor Strange was, like Thor: Love and Thunder was, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. For example, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, everybody thought the movie would make $1 billion because the last two movies, well, it was built on the back of the last two movies. People thought Doctor Strange would make $1 billion. It did not. It seems that the $1 billion formula of success doesn't work anymore with Marvel, with the only exception being Deadpool and Wolverine, which again wasn't that great of a movie. I know some people will say it's like, one of the best movies of the year, but Deadpool and Wolverine wasn't that great of a movie, and I do think the movie might age pretty poorly, like most Marvel movies nowadays usually do. Okay, the last great Marvel movie I think was Spider-Man: No Way Home. No one talks about any other Marvel movies, and when it comes to movies, if a movie isn't talked about a lot, the movie becomes really forgotten. Okay, and a lot of movies nowadays kind of fall into that trap. Like, there's a lot of movies that are basically forgotten about nowadays, and people just don't care. Okay, and I think a lot of these newer Disney movies are gonna be forgotten outside of people making fun of them and destroying them online. Okay, I think the Sonic movies will be more remembered by the people who watch them than the people who watch these Marvel movies still. Okay, and this movie I think is going to continue, is not going to do too well at the box office. It's not going to do too well, compared to, let's just say, the movies released in 2017 to 2019 as well. And yeah, most modern Disney movies are just garbage at this point, and there's no salvation for Marvel movies at this current day and age. Goodbye.